Good to know for maybe next time. I think at this point it's a little late in the game, but... Yay! Thank you, anonymous gifter, for gifting... Does that say 10? Is that what that says? Wait. Hi, Del! Okay. All right. Well, I am here. I'm just kind of running around shopping, so, you know, whenever you're ready. Okay. 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 Yeah. No. we're tortoise for tortoise, unorganized for unorganized. So, wow. Yeah, exactly. Shell for shell. Wow, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, people are gifting subs right now. Thank you so much, or anonymous, the anonymous gifter. Thank you so much for the level 4 hype train. I'm sorry, Del. I didn't mean to, like, you know, talk over you. I just have to say thank you so much. I am sweating now. They're making me sweat. Yeah, okay. I'm now officially sweating. So, alright. So, sweat happens when you fluster CK and start sweating. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I bet. Because it is nice and warm and toasty in my house, and we're also not facing what you're facing in terms of maybe possible power going out and things. So, yeah, I will keep my CK popsicle comments to myself right now. Right? Okay. Let me go ahead and just say goodbye to all the people. You're in, right? Okay. You're on. You've got your stream up and running, right? Okay. All right. Let me just come over here and I can say goodbye and thank you to all the people. All right. And turn around here. All right. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for joining me from my frozen self. Again, I'll keep my comments to myself for right now as we have Del, who really is frozen up in the true north. But thank you so much for joining me. You guys have made my day. Definitely made me feel much better than I woke up feeling this morning. So that's good news. And I appreciate you all being here. And for this last minute hype train that happened, thank you so much, and have fun. Let's Del. So I'm going to send you over there. Yep, Mel, I am ready. Go ahead and send everybody over there. Del, have a really good stream. And I will be on standby. I think you're going to be fine, but I will be around just in case. All right, and thank you, everybody. Bye. This little ally looking at me is so cute. I have a little ally looking at me. All right. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna mute myself. So, all right, thank you. Bye.
Alrighty, welcome on in, everybody. We are a little on the left foot today because everything that could go sideways seems to want to, including all my Stream Deck buttons. So it'll be a little weird, and I forgot to launch my streamer bot, so you're not getting everything saying all the hellos and welcomes and whatever. It'll get there in a minute. But yeah, as you guys have heard, where am I here? If I can get the right there. So as you guys have heard, in our province, which you're seeing a piece of, in behind me, I'll get that stream weekend thing off in a second. We are under a warning that says we may end up with power outages, you know, nice lovely little rolling power outages here. So we're just going to roll through and see what we can get going, and just pretend that's not actually happening. But if things disappear, you know, we'll just take it till you make it, right? So yeah, because if you spend your life worrying about stuff like that, it's just not going to work well. We're getting hellos. That's good. Button's launched. Yay! One down. One down. All right. And go. Oh, wrong one. One of my apps that I needed crashed. Love it. That's okay. There we go. Much better. Alrighty, let's get back to game.
Hello.
Live. Live from this house. It's Saturday night, right? Yeah, okay.
Hello.
It's not New York. Anything but. So we were at Spawn because Spawn is one of those traditional places to do stream boxes and stuff, so I figured I would go figure out which stream box is the one for this particular stream, and no luck. So I'll worry about it at the end. We're gonna head on in. Today's plan from this side, if people are hearing things, yeah, there we go, okay. Today's plan from this side is we're going to do a quick catch-up. Ugh! I mean, like, right in CK's face. And I went out the wrong door, but that's okay, we'll fly. We be fly. Streambox is the one you were in. Okay. We have a funny habit on the coffee server of not always labeling our stream boxes. So there's actually quite a number of them in there that we didn't even rename the box or put a sign in front. So I'm always lost. And I'm always like, my object is here. Just put it in the right box for me, please, somebody. But I'll figure it out. See, Poodle is awesome because she's always leaving them there. Now, I don't know who it was that has a cat hiding in the train station. I don't know if that's intentional or accidental, but Cat is still there and darn cute. Wrong way. Hey, Age New Gamer. Good to see you. Hello.
Hello.
I guess it's raining. Oops. He forgot it. Oh, CJ's cat. Okay, that's cool. Maybe we should name it something funky like Ghost. That might be kind of cool. Just 'cause it is one of the cream-colored cats. Cream or white. So I will start with a really quick catch-up on what we did on stream this week. It's super short because I no longer do evening streams during the week, so some of the people in the stream weekend viewership crew would not have seen what we were up to. And there'll be a lot of blather on about why it is the way it is and stuff as we go. I'm not going to worry about that right now. So, long story made short, we have decided that the Shrewsbury-esque build is now going to be called Foxbury. The etymology of that is just basically fox in English is a pronunciation of the French word faux, meaning fake, and it's fake Shrewsbury. You know, covered. All right. And I'm just changing one of my screens here. Oh, no, wrong one. Go to that one. Okay. So, long story made short, that's that. Where's the other piece? Nope, that's not the one I want. I want the other feed. This one. There we go. Nope, not that feed either. I have so many things going on my screens. There we go. All right. So, anyways, that's part one. Part two is we need an inn, and I figured I'd put the business inn, so the more higher, the more higher class, the slightly more upscale inn, down at the bottom here. Reality would be today's major plan is to build a much smaller one near the gates on this side, and then eventually we'll be moving our gift box, and I may ask for some help to move the yurt because I'm sort of scared of breaking it. But suffice to say that the plan this time is to build a smaller inn on this side. And long story made short, this is the inn. It doesn't have windows on the bottom because the ground floor is a stable. So we're just popping inside. You can see people are able to bring their carts right on through, drop off their modes of transportation, and then head on upstairs to their space. Now, medieval places, I was actually looking into it with videos and stuff, they didn't actually tend to have a whole lot of privacy. So this isn't necessarily historically accurate in terms of like types of layouts, but you didn't actually get a ton of privacy. These would all be communal rooms, and I just haven't got around to putting the beds in yet. But they all would be communal rooms shared by everybody. So we've got one half up here, and then of course you can come up to a mirrored version on the other side. And that's our UNOSHA-proof staircases up to the rooms. Now these would still be the more upscale inn type places to even have proper beds, or as opposed to like hay ticks on the ground, which is going to be the version of the next one. And if you're lucky, you can get a spot there. And frequently in those ones, it would even be a more communal bed where, like, quite literally, they come in, they find the gate, they pay their money, and then they get to have the opportunity to share a bed with who knows how many others. Medieval times were a little bit different. So this is our tavern. It leaks. That's news. Okay. I didn't know that, but it leaks. And all it needs is more lighting in here. So we've just got some torches filling in for now. You know, we could finish up. But this would be a tavern based mostly on wines, fruit-based items. So you would actually have some grape-based wines imported from Europe, mostly reds. And so we've got the little, flower pots in there so that people could buy their cups and have their cups. They would actually be sold as via cups and not so much tankards per se, but a pot, small pot. So we're good that way. And then, so that would be mostly wine, hence the barrels in the back. And you would also have ciders and perries, which would be like a pear-based one. And that's the short version of that one. So where we're picking up today, we need to throw the beds in this one. We need to do some lighting in here and a little bit in there. And then we're going to pick up sticks of all of our mess and move it over towards the main gates on the west side so we can start building another one, a small inn. Something like this, except the stables will be external and the bedding will be not quite so nice. So yeah. Hello. Welcome on in. And I want to say extra special thank you to CK for filling in. You guys got the luxury of not hearing the sound for our alert. It made me nearly jump out of my skin, to be honest with you, because I am not used to emergency alerts coming through on my phone. So yeah, it's just one of those things. You can't always win, can't always get what you want, but you try sometimes. You just get what you need, right? Anyway, bad song jokes aside, that one really, it made me jump a lot. So yeah, let's see. I've got a couple of yellow badges from stealing things out around other places. But so CK came in and we had an unfortunate event for one of our other community members, and so they had to pull out on short notice. So Joe, I didn't realize she was going as long as she was, so Joe and I were going to split the slot, and CK wonderfully rode in on her amazing horse with her super cape on and said, "I can do it!" And that was fantastic, because that means that you guys only have 2 hours of me rather than 3, which is good for everybody concerned, because there's these crazy pressure system storms we've had a little while. I mean, who hasn't had storms of late? Then I was not able to run a whole lot longer than that 3-hour window, just because I get headaches out of it. So it's all good, I'm so glad that you were able to help out too, CK, because I really don't always get a lot of chance to see your streams, and this was quite the treat. All right, let's see if I can do this without crashing into the walls. Yep, yay. It's still a bit of a joke in our house that DC thought it was such a scam for me to say, "I can't fly," and then, go in and actually successfully fly quite a lot. And I can understand that would be a little weird. But then, since then I have my own fair share of derping now and then. So we've got some more beds, and I'll spread those two out that were in the center. Let's make it more dorm room-esque. If CK didn't save the day, it would have been 5 hours for you, and you would have eaten your arm off. Ooh. Well, I guess that's one way to get protein, but usually we don't recycle. So, yeah. Actually, truth be told, if we'd gone longer, I probably would have tried to push to be able to do 4 hours. I think I figured out what the problem was with the lighting that was really making me feel rough in the first place. So if we needed to, there's always solutions. Things can be figured out and worked out. It's not, it's not the be all and end all of the world. All right, so we've got, oh, I'm short. I thought I had enough. Okay, so I need two more beds in yellow. Just easy enough, oops, to do. Oi. Wow. Little Pirate's been really right on the money here. All the stream boxes now have signage. New box has a sign in front of it. More signs and glow if we need it. Cool. Okay. Yay, see other people come to the rescue. Dylan needs maps half the time. I get lost. My son and daughter and I are all playing Valheim, and I am forever getting lost inside the house we built. And so I said to my son, can you please draw a map? Because I will when we're all finished building it. There we go. Oh. Duh. Let's make one bed this way. And one more just to use up. There we go. Great. Alright, let's get those two put away. Then we can get the lighting done. A little bit of back and forth, but unfortunately that works best for me being able to figure out where I'm at and what I'm up to. Because sometimes I go up the wrong set of stairs. Yeah, long streams are good, but if it's not something that we're used to, then it doesn't necessarily do anybody any favors. Oops. There we go. I'm using the, I think, Tropical Feels playlist from Epidemic Sound today, and I'm like, thinking to myself, why does this sound familiar? I can't place it, and I never will be able to because until I started using Epidemic, I had never listened to any of their music, so who knows? Who knows whose song this is? Random junk stuff. Okay, up there and up there. Alright, we need iron. Do I have any? Oh, that's a dumb question. Okay, temporary precious box. You need some iron. I got some torches. We're good. What is it? Lanterns. We got this. Oh, nope. That type. 8. 8 for 1? Really? Okay. So 8 times 4 is 32. Okay. 4. That should do it. Oh, haha, that's not gonna work. 1, 2, 3, 4. There. That's all I need. Blonde. Alright, so let's make a series of lanterns. Yes. I wanted extra. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. That should do it. Pull out a mic. And, oh, I forgot the other half of this. I'm half asleep here. So I wanted to pause for a split sec and say hello to everybody because I just realized I forgot, and that's one of those things that's important to me. So I'm just going to give a quick scroll back and see who all we had popping in. So welcome back, Silver Unicorn. I'm really glad to see you. As always, thank you for coming in, Fantastic Sherlock Fox. Party of 25. Well, that's a good size, CK. I didn't quite notice that when you came in. Let's see. Hey, Mel, always good to see you. CK Grandma, you know, the spinning hearts. Right? Apparently. Oh, yeah. And then it's telling you who's landed. Welcome on in, Mike Burton. Welcome, welcome to everybody else. CK herself, of course. Max Money, woohoo, he says. I'm like, well, yeah. Sometimes my bot is more on the money than I am. It's remembering to greet people when I'm not. Okay, let's see what else we've got here. Captain Sid, welcome. Ahoy. And Arch, yes, got FSF on the treadmill to power your stream. No. We often... We have a lot of APC units and a few other ones. Fantastic Sherlock Fox used to work for the company in behind one of our more popular UPC units, so we have a bunch of them in the house. But yeah, he went running around the house shutting off things. Let's see. Geek Out's running, thank heavens for that. Age New Gamer, Joe came in. Okay, that's why. I saw things pop and say hello to Joe, and I'm like, what did she type that I didn't get in here? And it's because it scrapes commands out of here. Alright. I think that's about it. Yeah. And then it's just the fact that Raider labels go on for forever and a day. Okay, we're back. Perfect. CK Grandma, who's that? No! C Grandma. And then CK herself. My oh my. I'm trouble, but I'm not that much trouble, I hope. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. this way. Let's make some chains. And I need the nuggets to go with that, of course. And let's do it the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have to be careful when I say back to back. It's gonna bite me. All right. 1, 2. Yeah, it doesn't ought to do it. Okay, let's get things. I probably did. I would not have been surprised. Sorry, guys. I've got CK on the brain and Casey Grandma on the brain, and I am very, very confused. And CK, you're certainly not a grandma, by any stretch of the imagination. Because, yeah. Ouch. Ouch. I don't think I'll live that one down for a while. One. Scrub Lord is the first one here out of all of you. Yeah. 1, 2. Oh, I'm short again because I didn't do it right. Duh. Okay, let's move this one. I wanted 4. Do that one. And this one. 1, 2. Now, unfortunately, just due to the fact that I've shut down some extra monitors and stuff, well, not extra, but monitors and such, I myself will not be able to play in the Geek Out games today, just because I can't currently see them. Oops. So, yeah, apologies all around there. Hope I'm feeling alright. Apparently I'm crazy, but beyond that, yeah, I'd say I think so. For now. For now, feeling alright. Actually, I've got headaches and stuff normally. Not normally, but as in like this kind of weather will do that to you. Just pressure changes and stuff. But also discovered that if I have the lighting too much mismatched when I'm streaming, and I get wound up and doing a lot of high motion stuff with my mouse, then I can make myself motion sick in game without too much effort. So yeah. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. Yeah, it's 1 extra. Okay, I didn't make quite enough to do what I originally wanted with the lighting, but that's okay, we'll get there. Right. Sorry, I was like, do I have torches out there? Okay. 1, 2, 5. Oh, yeah, that'll work. I want clearance for the critters to get underneath. Pull these 2 out. Let's do a quick check. Yeah. It doesn't look all that lit, but it's bright enough. We'll take that one out. We're not after dark yet, which is good. Part of it for me is also too that I've got some weird sinus issues, that my nose can be not stuffy, but then the sinuses will ache like crazy anyway. Yeah, no. Nice and simple. Because I was going to put chains on these ones, and then I realized the beams are a little bit lower than I wanted, so rather than having them way down, then whoever the proprietor is can use a lamp lighting rod. There you go. Alright, so let's get this show on the road. And we're going to relocate to the other side. Let's put these in here because I'm going to need them. Maybe. There we go. Hey, Mini Captain. I apologize missing you while coming by. Welcome aboard. It is the time of day for all sorts of viewership, from Captain size down to plenty of mini. Actually, sometimes I wonder if stream weekends will be any different when my son gets to be old enough later this year to, yes, I know I'm giving it away, but later this year to actually have his own Twitch account. We'll have to see. Can I get there in 1 rocket? It's only my own base. I should be able to, but if I smack into stuff, then the answer will be no. Yeah, I made it. Okay, good. False alarm. Spam, scam, and all that other fine stuff. Okay, let's take a quick look. Yeah, I think I want to put the thing in here. It's like right roadside. And then we could use more this lower section for other purposes. Oh, okie dokie. This bit, you're ugly. I'll have to dig that out. Let's set up camp. Right in here. I am missing what that one was. Okay.
Greetings.
Greetings. Hey, Sachet. Good to see you. How are you doing today? Great to see you could make it, for sure. Okay, let's put the bed in. I have a minor paranoia when I'm out in the open near the walls about phantoms. I can usually handle them, but it's more if I'm paying attention I can handle them. If I'm not paying attention, I get a little caught off guard. Okay, let's put that one up top. One. Oops. This one. Okay, random. No, that's the workbox, which I haven't really needed. Let's put that down here. There. Some of them are color coded and most are not. Minor change needed on my side. Give me one quick second here. What am I looking for? There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. I just had to unblock my bot for a second. All right. So let's just set down the boxes. Let's see, that's dirt. What's this? I want this one. I don't like shulker monsters at the best of times. One, yes. No, we're gonna use the same the same motif, I guess, as we had on the other side. Does anyone know whether or not this server has, what's the word? Aha. I can't even think of the word today. Pig heads. Not piglin heads, like actual pigs. Oh, yes, yes, this is the Dadcraft coffee server. Let's see, one. That makes sense. Sort of makes sense. Okay, so far. Ooh. No, I gotta reverse these last two. Spruce. Okay, good. This is oak. Ah, yes, you see the castle. There we go. Yep, tis the castle, and there's the monastery. Last week we also built, was it last week or week before? We built ourselves a stable, and then we've got the abbot's lodging finally. So those two are in there. This one I could fuss around with a lot of villagers. We'll probably get to that, but I figured we should build a little bit more of our town so that it actually looks like the thing is growing. Not in a rush, Max. At some point I will be putting pig heads on the inside of one of the taverns, so we can sort of have, you know, the Hogshead Inn concept. That'll be the inn and tavern at the bottom, and because one of the things that medieval places were somewhat famous for, I guess. And I'm going to build the base out of cobblestone on this one, rather than anything more notable. But one of the things that medieval inns and such were notable for is, we talked a little bit earlier this week, that people in the period, of course, were very illiterate. So having a sign that actually had words on it was kind of useless. Right? So...
Hello there.
Was pretty much useless. So what they would have done then is had lots of different types of symbols. For example, you know, like they'd have, say, the lion's head, or not lion's head. Yeah, I guess you could. Or the you might have a place called, like, you know, we're gonna call it like the Hog's Head, or you could call it the. I'm gonna pull a Harry Potter one here and just say you call it the Three Broomsticks if you really wanted to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18. So you could have a place like that you could mark your building itself. You know, you go on down the street till you see the Red Lion or the King's Head or whatever. And I'm just winging this, so I don't know how many this is. But then from that point on, you also need signs in the streets. Okay? And with the signs in the streets, they actually ended up having to put in laws to say how big your sign was allowed to be, because there actually were situations which unfortunately were in the death rolls of situations where signs had actually fallen over on patrons and or people in the streets, and they also were inappropriately blocking the way so the traffic could get muddled up, and yeah, they didn't like traffic jams even on foot. Let's see, how long did it go? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Even. Okay, that's fine. Even gets me double doors. So this one, as we said, is not going to have a stable underneath. We might put a small stable at one end, I guess, if it's depending on how communal this is. But it really won't have a lot of space, because I mean, this would be close to the gate, and if you've been on foot, you are really, really tired by the time you get here. So you want the nearest place, right? Anywhere to lay your head, more or less. And so they aren't too fussy, and also a lot of the ones that had horses or mules or donkeys or whatever would not have been able, would have had the physical energy, of course, to make it further into town and get the nicer accommodations. So these ones are going to be a little bit different in the upstairs, because we're going to give them a bit more communal type living, and they don't have kitchens, you know, that would certainly not be a thing. They may end up having to go to the other side of town, which we haven't built yet, that's going to have like a cook's row with, in essence, little shops of all sorts of foods, and that's simply because, you know, medieval fast food would just be pre-cooked. You don't know how many people you're going to be serving that day. You really hope you're going to be able to sell all your wares, but sometimes you're not able to. So if you get a lot of travelers, say market day, when people come in from out of town to sell their inedibles, or if they come from out of town to buy edibles or whatever, you still often need places for people to stay. So it could be a busier spot. 6, 7. Medieval fast food sounds great. You'd be surprised. I would say yes and no all at the same time. Because while fast food sounds good, you know, lots of hand pies and pasties and so on, you'd also have... They didn't have much for sit-down spaces, so quite literally it was more takeaway in the literal sense. Actually, let's see, I do want these. And cobble, let's see what I want. Actually, maybe I should have done the bottom row in stone bricks. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, why not? It's still a half-decent establishment. So, it would have been more takeaway foods that you go with you, but it's also one where you'd go to multiple different places, so it was not a one-stop shop type of street, you could say. If you wanted cheese, you'd have to go to the cheesemongers. If you wanted bread, you'd have to talk to the baker. If you wanted to have ale, then you'd have to go to one of the ale houses. If you know, those sorts of things. If you want, well, there really wasn't much in the way of desserts, but I mean, if you're in for some sweet, then you may want to go to the person who may have been selling, you know, honey or something, so you could actually chow down on a bit of their honeycomb for a sweet dessert, if that's your thing. But also, actually, they did, weirdly enough, they would have even had sort of almost a medieval equivalency of, say, like a jugo juice kind of place. In that some of your alehouses in those days, quite literally, were places that they didn't just sell like ales, but ales were much lower in alcoholic content and filtered, like they still were filtered and stuff, but they ended up having a much more of the, in essence, the grain juice in them than you would find in today's alcoholic drinks. the resulting effect of that was that you could almost use them like a medieval energy drink, so to speak. So you could go and get your, you bring your pot with you and you go to the house and you get the pot full of your beverage and you take it with you, So they also have various different hawkers who would just stand in the streets shouting out their wares that they had for sale. And you would, stop somebody and say, yeah, I'd like to have whatever it is. And you'd hope that if it was a hot meal that you'd manage to buy it before whatever they sold you was actually cold. So a lot of running in and out. Okay, let's see. And middle, I guess, more or less. Yeah. Oops. At the middle? Ish. Close enough. So, yeah. And here I am going on about history again already. That really didn't take long. We're not even 40 minutes in and I'm off on another historical tangent. Good grief. Alright, let's see. These are much lower. So the kinds of people that would stay in here, in this inn, would be less well off. So we are going to have a second level, but it's going to be more loft-like, and it's going to be more, cheap, I guess. So I'm trying to figure out what they would have for flooring. You like hearing the history? I'm glad. Glad somebody does. You know what? Let's go with the stripped oak logs, because my lore reason for that will be that,
Hello?
oh, I need a nap. Well, thank you. My lore reason for that would be that darker flooring is less likely to show spills and other sorts of nasties. So this one, we're not going to give them stairs. I mean, as in, I guess we could give them stairs, but we're not going to necessarily put a whole lot of effort into that part. Okay, this proprietor, or the owner on this one's a little bit cheaper. So he won't be able to afford logs that go the full length of the place, which means we're going to go widthwise instead. Oh, whoops. And they all need to go the same direction, I suppose. I mean, he's going to at least spend some good money that way. If he's too cheap, he would have had logs going in every which way, simply because they wouldn't all, or he wouldn't have afforded all the ones that were straight enough to go all the way across the room. Ah! And I say that, and then I promptly change it by mistake. Anyway, yeah, one of the things I like to watch is a lot of the archaeological digs. Usually they're quite often in, what do you call it? Older periods, I guess, than what I was thinking initially. Yeah, let's just give a door landing. What I meant by that is, like, they don't often show you medieval period stuff. You'll hear them briefly, like Time Team or whatever, briefly talk about that sort of period, and then they're like, oh, yeah, these are the Saxons and whatnot, and then we moved on. It's like, okay. It's not old enough for what we're looking for, apparently. So, yeah. Looks half decent in here with the Burke, but we're going to pull it off. But it makes it... I mean, it sounds funny, but when I tell these sorts of stories, then it helps me a little bit while I'm working away to imagine the Foxbury a little bit more as though it has some kind of life to it that we're just not seeing. Sort of like you've taken a snapshot for the day and it's just frozen. We'll see how things go. If I can get the villagers sorted at the castle, that batch will stay sort of rooted at the castle. Free reign in their various little villages, and then the monastery ones I'm going to try and lock in as well. We're going to honey block them to the floor, just so that we can actually get the trades worked out, because I had them working out nicely, and then we had some foofra where they started walking off ledges and dying and stuff, and then so now the newer batch are proving more fussy to get their trades to be what I want them to be. But we'll do that, and then when we're done there, if we get the village to a point that we're happy with, or the town, whatever you call it, keep switching back and forth between a town and a village, because in Minecraft they're all villages regardless of size. But our size is fairly large, so it's going to be a bit of a town. But if that's the case, then It seems that the ones I've got, or the villagers I have in modded, are being incredibly randy, so we'll see if we're gonna get that lucky in the coffee server, and let let a bunch of them out and see what happens if we put in enough beds and stuff. We'll need a few of them like locked in various places, like the guy who runs this particular establishment. But most of them should be okay. Let's see. Anything critical? Okay. Unrelated info. Did that all wrong. I want... yeah, I need something to hold that up. So let's go with some more log. I'll pull this one out. Do I want to pay for vertical posts? Which is cheaper? No, we're not going to pay for vertical posts on this one. Okay, so... temporary holding. As odd as it would be, I am not going to name this place the Brown Log, because, you know, I don't need to go too much further into why that would just be not appropriate. But we do need to have places. Now, the other one, I left some of the slots open for windows, but most of them are only 1 block wide windows, and they're up high enough that you can't get 1 block high critters crawling around in it. This is different, because then we do have enough, or we're low enough in this building that we're going to have enough spots for spiders to come in. So this building, rather than the other one, will actually have something in the windows. We're probably just going to use some fencing, I believe. And it's not to hold the windows open, it's just keeping out spiders. Because, you know, Dell and spiders are not friends. No matter what I try to say, everybody knows by now that it would be a lie. They'll know like he's the spiders. Anyway, suffice to say, so yes, for me that's a consideration when I'm doing these. Okay, and off. This one. You know what? I don't really like this being dark oak on that one, so I'm going to change it up. Ooh, ouch. Okay. I just want to do one sense of humor check here. Double check sounds. MC Java sounds. Okay, we have sounds this time. Last week we had one day where 5 minutes before the end somebody says, I don't think I hear any game sounds. And I said, really? You've got to be kidding me. Don't hear any game sounds. And truth was, they were not hearing any game sounds. So yeah, my bad. All good now, but yeah, back then it was my bad. So hopefully we're hearing game sounds. The game seems, or the OBS seems to think we have them. Love this stuff. We're going to the local Ren Fest. That's a whole lot of fun. Yes, I totally agree with you, Max. One of our favorite adventures this year, actually, or well, sorry, I say this year, but that's because my brain seems to run in school years rather than in calendar years, because it does. I don't know. Anyway, 2 blocks in? Yes, 2 blocks in. 1, 2, 3. How did I do that? Huh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh! Right, because it's not odd, it's even. Sure. That's okay. We'll do it. We'll deal with it anyways. This one will be a double. Let's go this way. And oops, wrong window. Yeah, so one of the adventures we had this year was we were supposed to go, the scouts were supposed to go backpacking, but in the summer it was just too hot in August. So instead of backpacking, our family ended up going to a Knights and Vikings event at, oddly, our local military museums. And they were really, really interesting, but it's very much like a Ren Fair on the side. People showing off their crafts and so on and so forth. And that's sad. Does anybody else ever, when they're playing Ouch. Playing Minecraft or any other game aside from squishing your finger with the chair? Does anyone else ever, when you go to jump, scrunch yourself down to jump too? I'm really guilty of doing that one a lot. Okay. So these weird beams that are getting put in the walls are being visually used for support. Kind of like that idea that if you didn't support it from underneath, the whole thing would collapse. We haven't done that in any of the other buildings, but I figured why not? We'll give this one the benefit. And it's a cheap place, so we're not going to have much for ventilation. You use verbal English when you jump in game. I'm not really sure what you're getting at, Max, but I'm deadly curious. Let's put it that way. So no. Aha. Mud. We're getting to upper levels. I do need cross beams, so a bit more. Why not? I can always buy more if I need it. Mud. Mud. Okay, this is not useful. Alright, so I now need to get the support beams going up top. I should have put support beams on all the corners, actually. Okay, well, retrofit. Let's retrofit the supports in. Oh, this one. Yeah, I duck. I look around things too. So you'll see me sometimes lean, and occasionally you guys may not actually notice that in the corner because with the face cam, the camera is actually supposed to, if its settings are working properly, it's supposed to follow. So, I don't want that. Yeah, okay. It's supposed to follow, which basically means then that I'm going to be seen. Now let's see. I like that one, so I'm not going to strip it. Whoa! Okay. Wow. It's like the house has a really bad Bert and Ernie eyebrows. So I may have to put posts in around the door, I think. Let's take this into the ground. Ugh, that's gonna be fun and a half. I don't sleep. I like the sound that these make. It's kind of like a cross between a pottery clinking noise and a squelchy mud noise, which is neat. Although I would keep expecting that it would have more of a thud type sound because it's packed mud as opposed to packed mud bricks as opposed to having anything else. Okay, you. Sir. You did not spend enough time in the cooking district. Therefore, you are far too skinny. Alright. That is ridiculous, but, we'll go with it. And I wanted to do these while I'm here. That is spruce, right? Yes. Okay. We've got CJ's joined in the game, and Poodle Pirate's been in the game for a while. And there's probably... what else do we have? Yep. And then a couple other people kicking around. It's a busy place. Alright, and one more corner. And then we can go across on top of that for the support. And then get the upper walls done. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, how tall do we want to go? This is a cheap location, actually, so I'm trying to decide maybe I might be tall enough already. Yeah, okay, I'm going to take this one out. And just fill that in. And this section will be the upper floor, so I'm a little bit high on some of these to begin with. That's okay. Easy to fix. Right? I mean, really, tearing down and rebuilding parts of Minecraft is actually even easier than rebuilding Lego. Is she choosing to take a page out of your book, Fantastic Sherlock Fox, and shower in the dark? Yeah, we actually have a lot of smart speakers in the house as well, which they don't seem to do a whole lot in the way of power usage, but that's what a lot of our speakers are in the bathrooms and such. Just, you know, you're busy getting shaved in the morning or something, and you ask what the weather's like, or so on, or local news, or whatever the case may be in that respect. And I don't think I need this one. Actually, I think maybe I do. No, I think she'd actually get her hair washed better with the lights on. So, yeah, good choice. It's too cheap. Let's not use this one. Go back the other way. We have, too many. I think at last count, I think it was like 11 or 12 or something like that. Possibly more. And it's just because we have smart lighting through most of the house. Not in this room. I mean, there's the lighting you see that's lighting me up is, you know, I can turn that off via an app or whatever. And I actually, now that I think about it, it actually might be available to our smart system, our smart speakers, which is great, but sometimes smart can be too smart. There's just too much of it, so who knows? Is that right? Okay, so that means this row comes out here. Yeah, we have a lot of them. A part of it is just our kids. If they actually have to, they're of that group that sometimes if you actually have to get off your behind and turn on a light or turn off a light by switches, they won't. You know, and I suspect a lot of kids are like that. So that's one of the reasons why initially it was because we thought it was fun, like fun and cool. And Fantastic Sherlock Fox and I have both worked in the tech industry and stuff. So we've, you know, we like the nerdy cutting edgeness of smart homes and stuff. But it grew, and now we have the parental reasoning that if we don't have things connected by voice and stuff, then half the time they don't get turned off or turned on or whatever. Yeah, we're trying to get almost all the lights in our house to be smart lights, and it's not about hues and funky colors, but it is a bonus in that respect as well, because our daughter would probably love to have, you know, her room painted in bizarre colors and such. She just strikes us as one of those people that might want, you know, they want the room in, I don't know, I guess black isn't the right color, but like reds one day or greens another day or whatever it is. And rather than saying, you know, you can repaint your room once a year or whatever, we're just dodging that by the fact that we can say, no, you can change your lights. If you want to have a green moody room, go for it. Enjoy. But we're not repainting. So, yeah. Why am I missing stuff? Because I didn't pick it up. Yeah, our outside lights are not on voice at the moment, but they are. Well, the strip lighting we have outside is available on an app, and I don't know. I think like Fantastic Sherlock Fox would know about that. Well, the other thing too is, as a parent, it's nice to be able to go into an app or even just verbally. Like, did you remember to turn your lights off upstairs before you came for dinner? Oh, no. Okay, fine. And you just tell the device, turn off this person's room lights, and then you know it's done. You would think you would save energy that way. That's not how it really works at our house. Because the whole saving energy thing would suggest that you know, you don't really need a light on until you're headed to a particular room. That's what it would suggest. Fantastic Sherlock Fox, and I don't see eye to eye on that one. So, yeah. We still have some that are behaving like nightlights. Ah, I see. So our permanent lights are hooked into Google. I don't muck with them because they never respond to me properly. And that's just a me thing. It's not a them thing, it's a me thing. Didn't I just cut down one of these because it was too tall? And now I don't know where that one went. Fine. Okay. I'm gonna go get some more. So the upper floor is going to be made out of half slabs. Actually, technically, I might even make it 1.5, just for non-spawnability. So let's see. Do I care?
Welcome.
Yes, I care. Hey, Neon, how are you doing? I didn't do that.
Hello, happy day.
Uh-oh. Connection lost. Okay, back to server. Let's just see if it likes me. I don't usually stream at 8 p.m. anymore. Maybe not. So it may have been rebooting and I just really didn't pay any attention.
Greetings.
Wow. You didn't quite hear an echo, Neon. I butchered your song. I'm sorry about that. Yeah. It's also possible that my mic may have thought that your sound playing through the speakers was another voice and it picked it up. These days, I would not be surprised. Oh, sorry, that was a hydrate for me. Therefore, it's a hydrate for you.
2, 4, 6, 8,
Everybody hydrate. Okay. And that was, I don't know, what have I got tonight? I think it's some sort of like vanilla cream something or other with honey. I'm not quite sure what that is. A Geek Out has become movie category. Name 2 films in which a dance competition appears. 2 films with a dance competition. And we're not talking about Zoolander, because that's not a dance competition. Whether he ambi turns or not. And Step Up? Yep. Girls just want to have fun, exactly. Fast Forward, Once Bitten.
Hello. Hello.
And then... Oh, well there's the block. I see it on top of a post, but I will need these anyways. Let's see. Roof. We usually... What do I do with the roof? I've had dark oak on them. I'm debating whether I want to go dark oak or just keep it all bland with the spruce. Let's go with the spruce this time. Why not? We'll see how it looks. And I need... Okay, good. I have lighting. Some lighting. Just gonna throw down a couple of torches real quick here so that I can start thinking about putting in flooring without having too many mobs in my face. One there, one there. Okay. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2.5. 2.5 is all we need. That's gonna work great. Oh, ha. Yeah. I can't even finish one part of it before I get distracted and do something else. Goodness gracious. So this one's not going to be all that tall either, because once again, the proprietor owner is cheap. So the building has 2 floors, but he's just going to be packing them in as much as he can. So that main floor will actually be getting a little bit more bedding. We have a game of Hangman started as well, with an 8-letter word. You've got 10 lives to try and guess said 8-letter word. Wow. Okay. Fox, you're off to the races on this one. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. I think I only want it 3 high. 1, 2, 3. Okay, good. That's 4. So I want 1, 2. This is row 2. It's be smoke inhalation world because they won't have great ventilation either. That's one of the other hallmarks of a medieval place, not just a Minecraft badly built building. We will be above the roof line, but there'll be plenty of poor circulation indoors. All right, here. So 1, 2. Uh-oh. Yeah, so Neon Traveler's T. There, O is in there. Oh, so no T's, no O's. Now there is, I have scope to expand the Hangman game. We have a good list of words that don't seem to have much clue about what they're about, but there is scope for expansion. So I have possibilities. Okay. We're gonna go for, once again, a squarish roof rather than the big straight sides. Actually, that's more expensive now that I think about it. Okay. Where'd you come from? Alright. Let's just go cheap. Why not? Cheap and inexpensive. So when we're talking cheap and inexpensive, I keep using the words, and yes, they do mean what you think they mean. It is not entirely
Inconceivable!
that I would use a word incorrectly, but in this case, we are semi-accurate, I believe. Hey, my belief could be wrong. But, oh, and I did not put in cross beams. What a fool. We'll pretend it's okay. We'll pretend it can support its own weight because reasons. How's that? There you go. All this medieval foufarage, she says reasons. One, 2, 3, 4, and we are even. How did that happen? Miscounted somehow, somewhere along the line. Oh, we'll figure it out. Okay, hang on a sec here. Before I get too far into it, is it just me, or is that roof looking as horribly monotone as I think it looks? That's awful. Yeah, well, the building length is even. I thought the width was odd, but I guess it's not. Let's see. 2. Oh, yeah. Okay, well, whatever. Your chat was scrolled up. Oops. Welcome back, I guess. Yeah, so looking at this, I'm thinking the spruce is probably too light for the roofing. Because it's just, there's not enough contrast. So let's pull it back out. But hey, we didn't get very far this time. I've had worse. You guys have been here for worse. Put that one. All right. Cobble on the outside with wood planks to fill it in. I would accept that that would actually be far more expensive. It sounds dumb, but we're not talking resources to me. We're talking the guy who owns the place. But I think a dark oak would probably work better. On the other hand, if I did the dark oak on the outside with the spruce on the inside, that might give it enough of a break. We're definitely not going as light as regular oak, because that would just be awful. Awful and then some. And it gives me the opportunity as well to pretend I put in the beams, because the roofing beams could, you know, lore-wise potentially be the alternate color as well. It's even, yes. Which is for a bit of a relief for change, only in that I'm often capping off the top with slabs, and it just looks weird. Okay, let's go with the dark. This one. Ah! This is why I play like a snail. Okay. This one here. There we go. You. And that one. Huh. Now, the only flag I'll put on this is I think the words are spelled sanely. There is a very small chance you may run into one that's spelled in a UK fashion. I don't think that's the case with this particular word, but I'm not writing it off just because an S and it might be swapped for a Z every once in a blue moon. But I'm just saying that that is a possibility based on who wrote the game. Because we have, I think he's an Englishman. I'm not sure now that I think about it, whether he's an Englishman or an Irishman. But either way, UK spelling. So, yeah, I think, makes sense, but who knows? Who knows? So for those of you that are familiar with the fact that I use StreamerBot, and I go on at length every once in a while about how much you can do with it and blah, 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 like I'm some sort of shill. I was actually impressed to see just how much that we can do that does not actually involve coding. Although you can code, basically it supports code, and some people insist on writing it that way. People who wrote the program, I was impressed to note just how many sub-action pieces they put in that I could sub-action pieces they could put in that I could actually use to build instructions without actually having to know how to code, which is lovely. Okay, let's just... Yeah, it is a little rough, Poodle, when you're on mobile. I was watching mobile earlier today. It's a bit small, although I will recommend landscape. Works well. It's not ideal. I am aware of that. Every once in a while, Neon points out something that doesn't work too well. Looking at some font size changes, but I don't want to overwhelm the stream itself with the game size, so we'll just have to... For now, we got what we got, but it's on my to-do list. So I was impressed when I was watching on my phone earlier today. I can't remember whose stream it was. I think it was Joe's stream, actually, when we were watching people getting things named and street signs going up, and there was some sort of conversation about the some to-go type place, and then next thing I was sort of half paying attention, and next thing I see is somebody's posting. I was watching with just no sound, and somebody was posting the lyrics to Alice's Restaurant. Neon wants an egg, huh? Alrighty. Let's see. Come on, bot. Let's see if we can get that rolling. Platforms, predictions. There we go. Refresh. Alright. Okay. Let's go with... Will Dell get a chicken? Let's run that version. Little Pirate Dean, biggest fan. Yeah, we're 1,260 points. And I have to figure out when my affiliate anniversary is so that I know when to reset that. Because that's kind of the plan, was to reset on the affiliate anniversary. Or whatever it is. Affiliate anniversary. Let's just put that. Because that's how I intend to reset the biggest fan piece. It's getting a little bit ridiculous. But yeah. And I still do not have sounds, for those of you that are curious. I still do not have sounds on any of the countdown games, so if one of those gets played, then we may have to have the bot or the mods end game afterwards, just because I won't see it pop up on my screen with the current setup. Because it crossed my brain partway through here that if we did end up with a power outage, which I still hope we won't. Oh, I forgot to do the middle. Shoot. If we did end up with a power outage, then while I might have a couple of minutes of computer time before everything shuts down, I forgot to double check to make sure everything along the chain all the way outside the house would. Because if the neighborhood loses it, well, you know, there goes the neighborhood kind of thing. All right. We had the middle. Where's the middle? Across from the door would be the middle, more or less. So that would be here. Which would be this and that. And I'll just tear it up the other side as we get there. But after this, we get Mr. Awesome himself, Dadcraft. So I will be hanging out. Yeah, Kid Number One got a solar-powered battery charger for phones and such. We haven't needed it yet, but I'm glad for it. Oh, for sure. That's actually one of the more popular things that some of the older aged Scout youth are now bringing to camp, which kind of annoys me that they do that. But then they're always like, well, you know, we need our GPS just in case. And I'm like, I wish I could refute this one. Because until recently, they were not allowed to bring technology to camp. So now it's sort of like, well, what do you do when they actually come back at you with saying they have a good reason, even though you know that what they're really doing on their phone is they're, you know, listening to their Spotify, watching their YouTube videos, and chatting on Discord. Honestly enough. Like, yeah. We know you're wasting time, but... oh well. Our house has quite a ridiculous number of backup battery banks, but should... yeah. Should we actually have a real problem, it wouldn't be enough, so, yeah. Wouldn't last very long. 3 and 4. Now I need to go back down. Highfalutin. Really? Wow. That's a terrible word. What on earth was this person thinking? That's an awful word choice. And I would be just about willing to bet that somebody here would want to argue that it's even spelled wrong. It probably isn't, but... as we say, Poodle, would that be a $5 word? It's not the word you expected. Maybe that's what it is. It's a word people will use, and often with derision, without actually writing it all that often. I guess, although you sometimes see it in novels, particularly like a Louis L'Amour novel. Heaven forbid. Okay. We're all about the hangman tonight. That's interesting. I vaguely figured we'd be all about the, aha. Refresh.
Howdy.
Okay, so it looks like our prediction has locked, which suggests then the timer has run out. I'm just going to take a look at the action queue to make sure that's really the case. Welcome in chat, blah, blah, blah. Lock action, yep, okay. So, I need to go get some eggs. What was I looking for? There we are. And I missed something here. Let's try... Oh, okay. Group. Nope, I got that wrong. Okay, give me a split second. I'm just fixing something. This. Enabled. I turned off something by mistake just a couple minutes ago, and I have to re-enable it again. Wow. Okay. Yeah. It's not working out quite the way I wanted, but that's okay. Let's go get the eggs and deal with that one. Hey Mahaku, how are you doing? Neon likes losing his point to others. Not to the void. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. Alright. So the way this worked, of course, was I can throw up to 5 eggs, and if we get a chicken out of any of them, then you guys win the prediction that way. If we have to get through all 5 and no chicken, then the thing is lost. Heist ones go into the void. They seem to, yeah, for me too. Okay. And I don't actually have heist on this stream because they tend to go into the void so much. There we go. So there's 1. There's 2. 3. Let's throw them over here. 4. And 5. So the result of that prediction was, unfortunately, egg on our face. Platforms. And where to find the prediction? Resolve. Egg. Fresh. So in other words, you could look at it as Mahaku is 40 minutes early for her modding opportunities. Yeah, more regions are going to end up having blackout. I mean, it's funny because when I think about it, that Kreef keeps talking about from time to time the what in essence we would call rolling brownouts here, but the load shedding and such. And I was thinking that he also has from time to time asked for advice about 3D printers, and I'm thinking going back the other way, maybe it's our turn to ask him about advice for backup batteries. There we go. A poodle pirate, enjoy your lurk. You are indeed welcome to lurk there as long as you like. Just don't let the fog swallow you. Okay, what have we got? We're almost on the top. I needed more. What do I need more of? Guess I didn't need much more. I was there. Alright, let's get that in, and then we need flooring. That's what I was looking for. I wanted oak flooring. That should be enough. Oh, we're gonna get up and down. I haven't the foggiest, but we'll figure that one. Oh, thank you, CK. It wasn't until these inns that I've actually ever used mud brick before, so it's something for my build style a little different than I'm used to, so it's nice to switch it up once in a blue moon. Yeah, I guess Neon might have a really good set of suggestions as well, and stuff that's more likely to actually be available in our region. Just that whole, you know, your house kind of minimal stuff. So, actually, in all honesty, if we had a power outage such that we couldn't use our computers, which seems rare, we have plenty of stuff that we're generally set up for. You know, laptops and so on. If we really want to play games or, yeah, we have a lot of that sort of thing. And I mean, we are well and truly set up if it came to, you know, outdoor cooking and such. But we're just not quite as power ready as Fox would like us to be, and I can see why. But we just hope it doesn't happen, right? Yeah, there we go. Okay, there we go. See, I'm squirreling all over the place, even in this mini project. It's like, I really want to do this row. No, suddenly I want to do this other row. It's ultra important to do a different row. I don't know. It's crazy. Uh-oh. One life left, so who's going to burn the life? No! That's okay, new game. Oh, possibly. I don't think we have a whole lot in the way of lithium stuff in our house. Good one. Doo-doo-doo. Gonna quick pop over and just make sure that actually came up. Okay, good. We're back. I can hear it, but just because I can hear it doesn't mean it's actually running. Okay, I don't need to be on the roof anymore. This one can be a little bit janky, so let's go get the fireplace stuff. We're gonna go with one central heating zone. Not that. These. Wow, so disconnected. There we go. Random junk. You can go over here. One there. I don't have a spot for bricks, do I? Okay, fine. The bricks can go over here. We're cheap. Keep saying we're cheap, but basically what that would be is the owner is long-term trying to make his money back. Okay, what are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Honestly? Huh, okay. I must have put one down and then started counting because it's still, I'm so used to odd. That's alright. So, 2, 3, 4. You only got one hearth in the, I would say you got one hearth in the whole building, and then I went and put it in the wrong place. And one of the other things that surprised me a little bit, but then I thought about it and went, well, truth be told, I'm not surprised after all, is that in the medieval period, you would actually not have had privacy by gender in any way, shape, or form. And that would be unfortunate. So when you went to a place like this to, you know, find yourself an inn or something like that, you could just find yourself quite literally sharing a spot with who knows who in your bed. And yeah, as you can tell, that's not to my liking. I think I love modern propriety in that sense. Now, let me say that take that with a grain of salt, because that's for the common people. Those that actually had the coin for it, as in the rich ones, they would have possibly had privacy based on gender, or like a sort of, in other words, the dorms would be split based on gender. But, and here's the key on that one, but it would have been simply because they actually were very sexist. So it would mean then that if there was rooms that where the women were in versus the men, it's because the guys thought they were too good to have to share their room with the women. And sometimes you'd find that people would pay for accommodations for the gents, but absolutely nothing other than, you know, pure place to be, so it could be the stables or whatever for the ladies. So that's once again, thank heavens, everybody we know in the modern era is so much nicer than that, and I would never ever think that anybody here would ever do something like that, because we just don't, right? Like, it's not in our Western culture to do that. Or, sorry, our modern culture to do that. Because I have to be careful how I phrase it, because whether something be historically accurate or not is kind of irrelevant if it's considered rude. So, yeah. Yeah, okay. This is not going to work as well as I thought. Not just because it's even, but I miscalculated. So, life is like that. Perfect. I can reach.
Howdy.
Oops. Howdy to you too. Welcome on in. Long time no see, Swanky Potato. Always a pleasure. Aha. Click this, and what happens? What would it look like? Yeah. I'm gonna have to go taller just because I don't want it to burn the place down. That'll do. It'll make it look like we actually had a point to this, even though it's not going to work. Come on. Dummy, come here. Fine, get off the roof then. Alright. Wow, they spent some good coin. Hang on a sec here. Yeah. Looks like they spent more than they should have. We'll pretend that factor doesn't matter. The reason I'm looking at this weirdly, okay, just giving you guys a quick rundown, is actually related to... Maybe I should take these end ones off. That'll do it. Is actually that the ventilation was also a sign of wealth. It sounds stupid, but it's true. One of the things that we learned, and I double-checked, has been going on since the Middle Ages, is that the number of sort of chimney out slots, outpouring ports you have on your house, in places like Ireland today, still, the more you have, basically the more money was spent on your house. That sounds really ridiculous, but yeah. So you can look at a house and you can almost like gauge the original expense of the house, partly based on the number of exhaust ports on their chimney, for lack of a better descriptor. Okay, and then because it's all fake, then I can... actually... wonder what that would do. I have absolutely no idea what this would do if I put fireplaces under, or campfires underneath it. So I figured, well, let's just find out. Sure. Let's just find out. Probably smoke the whole place out, but you know. You don't know until you try. Sleepy Time with Valerian. Ooh, that's a good tea. I like that. We've used ones like that around here. In our house, we have some loose tea from a company called a company called David's Tea. And they usually have a product called Valerian Nights. And it's quite tasty as well. Let the brothers join a sorority. Somehow I missed that. I'm going to go... Wow. So every once in a while the chat manages to be a little busy and scrolls past me and I'm going, what on earth are you guys on about? Oops, there we go. Okay, I want a couple of chunks of stone for hearth base. Alright, and we need to figure out where sort of the main person would be, like to hang out. But we need to put in the flooring first. And actually, I made this second floor far higher than it needs to be. Oops. Well, I can tear that down and fix it off camera. because it's not supposed to be that high if... I mean, that would be like enough for 2 floors. So it's too tall, but I'll fix that off. Off-screen. Off-screen? Off-screen, yes. Off-screen. And I brought the fireplaces and didn't put them down. Sure, actually that's going to work well. Smoke and all. Let's pull out this one. And we'll repeat that upstairs. But just right on top. There we go. Weird, but there we go. Okay, now. Emperor? Oh. Emperor? We have many names. Welcome to the chat. Hopefully your headaches that you had the other day are no longer persisting. That sounded pretty rough. Not this time, CJ. Most of the time, yes, but not this time. Actually, funny that you should use that one, because I was thinking about it on the way home from our daughter's soccer today. That if I was to stream, which server would I stream on? And I wrote off for today streaming from the modded server because I was not in the mood to have creepers harassing me and having a large number of fun fake creepers. A few is fine, but a whole ton of them? I wonder why that eat didn't work. I should have heard something. That's odd. Eat's quite old. Sorry about that. My apologies. Okay, so that's coming through the floor. This looks good enough. So that means I'll probably pull those 2 out and match them with walls, but I didn't bring enough walls. Mork and Elf? Sci-fi, 2 characters that are hunted by a government agency. Yes, definitely. Mork and Mindy, and Alf the alien. The alien, of course. Walls. Is that, and I need 2 more fires up top. And I guess it doesn't really matter because I got the height all wrong, but that's okay. So we're at 25 minutes in. Let's show you what I was going to do with the flooring. Actually, so it doesn't need to be... I did it wrong as well, so maybe I didn't build the place too tall, actually, now that I think about it. Because I actually meant to do the flooring 1.5 thick. Oh, this is not right. Truth is, what I did do wrong was the height of the... No, I don't know. Let's see if I did it right or wrong. I'll decide off stream. But... -5. Ooh. -5 where you are is pretty cold. Pretty cold. I won't send my cold down to you, Casey Grandma. That's not pleasant at all. I mean, our house is staying warm enough, but as there was a lovely discussion going on earlier about engineering and architecture and R values, which is basically R is a measurement of an insulation value on your material. It doesn't have to be a house. I mean, like, I'm used to R values when one's talking about the insulation factor of your sleeping mats. But yeah, we've got -42C for a real feel, which is about, what was it, -43.8 or something, I think it was when I looked at it last. We can convert it if need be. But yeah, it's pretty cold, so I won't send it to you. You what? Would you rather? Would you rather? Okay, give me a second to grab that one.
Hello.
Hello! -7 feels like -24. Ooh, yeah, that's getting pretty cold. Okay, let me just pull the Would You Rather. It's actually a Kindle book. Pull that one up. As soon as that one loads. Okay, there we go. So your Would You Rather question is, it's a Harry Potter edition thing, but would you rather be a ghost living in the Hogwarts castle or live in a painting at Hogwarts? So for those of you that are not Harry Potter fans, long story made short, if one was to oh, actually I did do it right. Got it all built, now I realized I did do it right. I just meant to do 2 layers. Smart. SMRT. Actually, we're not even sure we've got the S and the R. Anyway, would you rather be a ghost or would you rather be living in a painting? Isn't that the same thing? Well, not necessarily. They have deceased people sometimes in some of the paintings, like the previous Hogwarts headmasters, but they are limited to paintings. So they can jump from their portrait to other portraits and move around in various different paintings, but they can't actually move around the building freely, a la, say, the Fat Friar or or Nearly Headless Nick or whatever, or Marina Ravenclaw, I believe. Don't ask you why you don't know. I think it'd be so much more fun to be, in all honesty, I think I'd rather be a ghost. Now, the thing is, of course, how one got to be a ghost is up for debate. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of violence and such. So, sort of how the Bloody Baron got to be a ghost, or why Nearly Headless Nick is a ghost. Yeah, not high on that one. But I mean, if I had to be a ghost and it was something a little bit more like what happened to poor Moaning Myrtle, well then, yeah, I'll take ghost any day of the week. It depends on the painting. Well, I mean, you could, if you think about it, one of my favorite paintings that they had that was alive in the Harry Potter world was they called her the Fat Lady, so she was the door monitor for the Gryffindor house, and that was a fun one. The other ones I think are kind of fun are some of the backgrounds that Sir Cadogan the Knight shows up in. And it can be heroic things of slaying a dragon where really, when nobody's looking at the painting, he has wonderful friendships with these dragons and just talks to them and stuff. But the Fat Lady's paintings are really quite interesting in that some of them are Greek or Roman architecture. You've seen other ones that are like big Roman parties with fruit bowls, or they'll be heavily curtained operatic type scenes. So those might be kind of fun. Sorry. It's like, it's a 4-letter word. Be aware, these are all family friendly, so you don't even want to have to start guessing those letters, but this game is also, this version of the game also has a safety catch in it, so that people shouldn't be able to misspell things inappropriately, just to make poor phrases and stuff. So, telling you now so that nobody bothers to try, not that this group really would, is just, cover all the bases, why not? Don't like that. Don't like that. Okay, let's move these two and get the fireplaces out of there. Of course they fall to the bottom. Of course they fall to the bottom. Let's see. Can I get the other one now? Yes. Great. Move them up by 1. All right. What are we doing? Actually, with the higher the higher height, that's not that bad. And then the room being far too big would work, so I think I'm happy with that. Maybe I won't change the roofing off camera, because I think it'll do quite nicely, thank you. Okay, yeah. Some in, some out, which would work with the appropriate jankiness. Okay, so now I need to go and get some hay bales, and need to figure out the stairs one gets up there. Because it is a proper inn, not just a converted barn, so we're going to use stairs, not ladders, although that would make sense if it was a barn. Might as well go with the oak that we've already got going. And it's not double wide. What else have we got? I needed hay bales, right? That's what I said. Which necessitates flying. Well, sort of. Doesn't have to, but I'm deciding it necessitates flying. At some point I'm going to have to make more rockets. I have plenty of materials. Ooh! Okay, that's the oddest stream sticker situation I have ever heard. Sorry about that. What is going on? Black card. Okay, let me just rerun that one as soon as I get it. I know why that one went sideways. Okay, there we go. Cards Against Humanity, black card. Where are you trying to pull from? Random line. Read a random line from... Edit. Oh, okay. We're tripping over ones where I have moved things to another folder and it didn't actually work. Okay, action cues. Let's just rerun that one. That sounds better. It didn't visually go better. Your black card says, "Attention students, this is Principal Gotcha reminding that we do not allow blank in the hallway. Thank you." We do not allow blank in the hallway. I would recommend not playing stickers, because I don't know why that's being weird. No, that doesn't sound happy at all. No more happy cats. That's stream stickers. It's just supposed to pull from their website. The white one says, "We do not allow random acts of kindness in the hallway." Ooh, that's disturbing. Okay, stream stickers, you be muted. That's just weird. I'm going to let the pictures keep going up, but I've just muted it so you won't actually hear any sounds from them. Sorry about that, but no, that was too weird. Attention students, this is Principal Gotcha reminding you that we do not allow random acts of kindness in the hallway. Or, apparently we do not allow stream stickers in the hallways. So says the game. So says the stream. Alright, what do we got? I needed hay bales, right. Hay bales over here. Guess I could have walked. Maybe. So what's this? Yes. I could have walked. Do I have any in there? Yes. Okay, I don't really think I need more than that. But of course I can't leave it at that. 15 minutes? Fantastic. Alright. So let me do a quick swap over and just make sure I'm watching the correct place, just so that I don't miss important people. Alright, we're good. Thoughts on a stream box on it? What about a pot from a pot of wine? That's a possibility. Or a mud brick, because just about everything seems to be built out of mud bricks. That's not a very Dalek. That's one of the Dalek on speed. Dalek on squirrels. There we go. I've been reading a webcomic called Frankie Fearless, and it was basically, we've talked about this a little bit, but the Frankie Fearless squirrels are taking over the world. Almost like an Illuminati style thing. Squirrelinati, I think they called themselves. Squirrelinati, I think it was. But anyway, they You find out that it's not actually just the squirrels, it's tentacle monsters. So yeah, all kinds of weird and not so wonderful. But how that relates, I guess, is that they seem to be everywhere and trouble all at once. So yeah, I was thinking about the squirrels when that came off. Okay, so this one will let me get up there. Why won't this one? Can I get up there now? Please and thank you. Yeah, okay. Alright, now we're up. Okay, so that's 2 out from the wall. Good. 1, 2. This one. That one. Come on. Actually, work, please. Okay. Over my head. This one too. This one, and I think get this right. There we go. Alright, so you can get up and down the stairs. Okay. Now they're up here. People don't get great beds, you just get ticks to sleep on. So let's see. Let's make 2 or 3 wide. Why not? I know it's an even build. There we go, that'll work. And then, what do I do from here? 1, 2. Okay, so 1, 2. Pick out Pop Culture. We've got 4 films with an exclamation point in the title. Wow. I didn't expect that one was going to come out so quickly. I guess it's a duplication, but... I like the Geek Out game, but sometimes I wonder if there's some duplication going between the various sets, and I have not done a cross comparison yet. Yeah, let's make it 1 extra wide, because if it's communal, then you need more space for more people. Mars Attack. Yep, that's 1 for sure. How about, we'll go Disney, and I'll give you Oliver. Pardon me, Shazam. That sounds like somebody's reached up and punched you in one of those comic book things. So honestly, people would pay good money for a ridiculous little spot on the bed. Like on the... Yeah, just here, there, and everywhere. Oddly enough, the one near the fireplace, these ones would actually cost more money. It's not just me. I didn't just make that up. No, of course not. There we go. You hope the fire just doesn't go out in the night? Okay. And let's see, I guess we need lighting. Where did I put those torches? Torches? Lantern bits. Sure. Alright, and then down there might be some more beds. Maybe. What do we have? You're more worried the stray cinder pops out and get your sleeping mat. Exactly. But you're paying for it because you're dead tired, yeah. Do I have... These would be uber plush, so let's just go with... Spruce, I can make some spruce. Okay. Beds. 7 beds. Oddly enough, that I'll take that. Let's go 3, because I can't actually get more in there at the moment. This one. Load. There we go. And that one. Yeah. Good. Why are they yellow? Is because I just had yellow. That's it. Let's go. We're packing them in wherever we can. No. Feet to the fire. Never head to the fire. That's dumb. That would be really dumb. Okay. We have one more, but let's put it over here. Why not? Okay, now we need some walls. And I'm not sure if I want to go spruce this time. Yeah, why not? Let's stay somewhat consistent. 5-2. Okay, let's watch the TikTok. And I said, yes, we do need to get something put in the stream box. Something organized, maybe? Maybe? Okay, let's just roll this. Which way is it going? Yeah, perfect. Ah! Oops, wrong way. Nice-ish. You get a wall. More because the public coming in to see you doesn't want to see you, that is. Okay, and 2 back. Well, that's not gonna work. This is the wrong way. 2 back. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Oops, that one. It's 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. Minecraft, just cuds. And we'll figure out who's paying who and where. I haven't really got that bit sorted. Let's see. Shutters? Sure. Why not? I'm nice. Though the lower floor would be more expensive than the upper floor, but it's still quite communal. And you have to go through to get up to the upper spot, and you just find yourself a spot and you're glad you're warm. Doors. Feels kind of slapdash when I do it this way. Yep, we are under 5 minutes, and I'm keeping my eyes peeled to see whether or not we shall have a DC wanting to check in. If not, maybe our fine friend Mahagu can double check and just see if we'd like to have people roll on in. Whatever works. Okay, and I did that wrong, but as usual. This way. And then this way. Now from the outside. Sorry, this really didn't quite work for me. Let's get a couple of stairs from that. Okay, guys, what do you think we should put in the stream box? I'm thinking one of the materials we used here would probably be our best bet. I was thinking initially a mud brick. And something like, I don't know, cheap Z's. Yeah. Wow. That was a very last minute thing. Nightmare accommodations. There you go. You dream about the demented cat in your sleep. Yeah, mud brick. I'm gonna call it nightmare accommodations. Okay. Why not? So I need to go up and find the anvil. I know there's one in the stream house. There we go. I knew there was one in here too. Leon's like, is it worth me trying to play my sound again? Okay. The Inn of Nightmare Cats. What do we think of that one? That's actually not really funny all that at that moment. Ooh, actually, I said we needed names, right? I might be able to get like a cat head. So let's see, the Nightmare. Oh, Nightmare. Nightmare Cat Inn. There we go. All right, we have our stream box item. Okay, so we need. Do I have anvil parts with me? No, I don't think I do. I might have an anvil spare ready to go. If not, oh yeah, there we go. I do. Awesome. Mittens the murder kitty. Sounds like a place everywhere. Yeah. It's so cheap they couldn't even pay for a good name. You know, and then they got like a dead cat's head on the wall. Wow! So much for family-friendly concepts. It was? Really? I mean... No, not you. Don't worry about it. It's okay. You'll be fine. We are almost... Aha! There we go.
Oh, hello. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's okay. I'm never technologically prepared, so working I could. That's not good. That's awesome. I love that. Oh, in the stream box? Is it over at shopping, Dell? Okay. Okay, I will find it. You send them when you want to. I'm ready for them. All right, bye, Dell.
Did you guys actually hear all that for a change? Nope, didn't work. Again. That's okay. Thank you, everybody, for coming, and thank you for hanging out for the whole time. We will... Just him. Weird. Okay, well, in the meantime, I want to say thank you to everybody for coming by, and someday we'll get that figured out. I will probably see if I can get a crew to volunteer, and we'll sort that one out in behind the scenes for next month. But anyway, long story short, I told him the story of the creepy cat, and yeah, it's all good. Time to send you guys over. Have yourselves a fantastic evening. I will be in there shortly, and enjoy the rest of the stream weekend. Just for last... Oh, I hope I see that. Yep, just for the last one there. DC we've got tonight, and then following him we've got Creef right after that, so that's something to look forward to. And then the party doesn't stop there, just keeps rolling right on. Bob will be coming in after Creef, followed again by ITT Tom for an early part of Sunday morning. And so just enjoy yourselves, have a fantastic stream weekend, and we'll get the raid going straight over to DC. So hold on to your hats, and here we go.
Miscliff managed.
Transfer complete.